Good morning, students. Welcome again back to the video class. Previously, we have done the chapter gravitation. Now we are starting with the next chapter of the physics, that is the work and energy. In this chapter, basically, we are going to study about the work. What is the work? What is the unit of the work? And the energy. What is the definition of energy? Types of energy. Okay. So first, we are considering the topic that is work. Now, what is meaning of the work? It is defined as the force acting upon object to cause a displacement. Now, whenever we are applying the force on any object, now what happens when we apply the force on any object? That object starts moving. Okay, so when it is moving, it means it causes a displacement. It is displacing from the stationary position. So it is defined as the force acting upon object to cause a displacement. So whenever we are applying the force and due to the force applied, it produces a displacement, then the work is said to be done. So in the physics, when there is no displacement, we can consider that the work done will be considered as the zero. Okay, so it is expressed as the product of the force and displacement. Okay, now one definition we can write down. It is defined as the work acting upon object to cause a displacement. So the minimum condition the work to be done is, the first, the force should be applied, and second, the displacement should be produced. If the either of the terms are absent, then the work it is considered as the zero work. Okay, so it is expressed as the product of the force and displacement. Now if you see W, it is denoted by F into S. F is the force applied and S is the displacement produced. So when the object initially it was under the rest position, when you are applying the force, what will happen? This object which was initially in the rest position, it will start moving in this direction along the force applied. So here the work is said to be done. You can say that the work is there. What will be there? The work is there because we are applying the force, and due to the application of the force, the object it is moving in this direction. It means it has attained some displacement. So we can say that the force is there. Okay, force and the work is said to be done because both the things are applicable here. We are applying the force and the object is moving under the direction of the force. So we can say that W equal to F into S. W is the work done, F is the force applied on the object. When we are applying the force, okay, what will happen? It will produce the displacement, and displacement it is under the direction of the force. Okay, so W equal to F into S. F is the force applied on the object and S is the displacement produced due to the application of the force. Okay, now the next, if we see, the unit of the force is Newton and the unit of the displacement is meter. So together if you see, W equal to F into S. In the place of F if you write Newton, and in the place of S if you write meter. So what is the unit you are getting? Newton meter. And the Newton meter can also be written as the joule. Okay, so the work energy can, or the work unit can also be considered as the joule. So the next we have to define 1 joule. How we have got 1 joule? The formula, the basic formula of the work done is W equal to F into S. So when you put the value here, F it is can be we know the unit of the F it is Newton, the unit of the S it is meter. So Newton meter can also be considered as the joule. Okay, so the unit of the force is Newton and the unit of displacement is meter. Together the Newton meter can be called as the joule. Now how you can define 1 joule of work? It is defined as when 1 Newton of the force is applied to produce a displacement of 1 meter. Okay, if suppose the object is there and the work done, we are saying that it is the 1 joule. So how we can define the 1 joule? The force which is applied from here, it can be considered as the 1 Newton, and due to this application of the force, the object is moving under the direction of the force. So that displacement can be, the displacement which is there can be considered as the 1 meter. Okay, so when 1 Newton of the force is applied, that produce a displacement of the 1 meter, that can be considered as the 1 joule of work. Okay, so in basically the first introduction we are studying about the work. What is work? It is defined as the force acting upon object to cause a displacement. Means when we are applying the force, the object will start moving. Okay, it is expressed as the product of force and displacement. W equal to F into S. When you put the values, W, it can be written as F into S. F is the unit, is the force on the object. S is the displacement. When you write the unit, it is Newton and meter. So Newton meter, it together it can be considered as the unit as the joule. Okay, so work is the work. What is the unit of the work? It is joule. How we can define joule? When 1 Newton of the force is applied to produce a displacement of 1 meter, that can be called as 1 joule. Okay, so W is the F into S. These are the denotation of the W is the denotation of the work done, F is denoted for the force, and S we are denoting here for the displacement. Okay, so you have to main important thing you have to consider here, that is the condition of the work done. Both the conditions should be satisfied. The first condition is that the force should be applied, and another condition is that the displacement should be produced. If both these conditions are there, then only the force it is applicable. Okay, so you have to remember the definition of the work, that is, it is the product of, this is product means multiplication of the force and displacement. And how you can define 1 joule of work? When 1 Newton of the force is applied to produce a displacement of 1 meter. Okay, so this is the 1 joule of work when 1 Newton of the force is applied to produce a displacement of 1 meter. So in this chapter, in this introduction part, you have to study about work. It is product of the force and displacement, two condition, force and displacement, and unit, that is the 1 joule of work.